MSNBC.com will bring you the results later on in the show. For more, let me bring in Congressman Jim McDermott of Washington. Congressman, good to have you with us tonight.
Good to be here, Ed.
What would lifting this crude export ban accomplish? If we were to follow what some Republicans are talking about right now on the talking heads, where would that leave us?
Well, Ed, you got to remember, this is the war party talking. They take every opportunity to go to war. They did one in Afghanistan. They did one in Iraq. They're trying to get us into Syria. They're trying to get us into Iran. And now this one comes, and they want us to be arming the Ukrainians and getting started a war in that area. Lifting the ban on oil exports is just they're lucky. They're using this as a way that's been on the shelf. They've wanted to do it for a long time, some of them, and they've been waiting for a chance. And now they say, well, this will do it. If we put our oil on the market, suddenly the Russians won't have anywhere to sell theirs. Well, they're making deals with the Chinese. They're selling it all over the world. So this is not something that's going to be good for us or the environment. What you really have to ask yourself is, do you really believe that the oil price at the pump will go down if we suddenly start selling our oil across the world and don't keep it here at home and produce our own? There's no question that this is for the oil companies to make more money.
Your response to the rhetoric from Senators McCain and also Lindsey Graham, the kind of things that they are saying, the president's a coward, just across the board going after every move and not even giving the sanctions a chance to operate.
I remember George Bush saying, we're going to go into Afghanistan and grab him by his hair and drag him out. And there was a lot of loud war talk. And what happened is we're still there 13 years later, and we still haven't solved the job. The president is showing statesmanship, and he's showing reserve and thoughtfulness. He's what we really needed in a leader in 2011, a long time ago, or 2001, I mean. We really needed him then, but instead we had a wild war party, and away they went. He is keeping us out. We've got all kinds of cross currents with Russia. We need Russia to help us deal with the Iranians, to get that Iranian nuclear situation settled. We need them to help us in the Syrian, the whole question of how we deal with Syria. We can't be just going in there and calling people names and running around breaking up the furniture.
Well, you know, these righties, they think that we should be arming the Ukrainian army. Wouldn't that spiral out of control?
You're absolutely right. My feeling is that throwing more arms in on one side simply says to the Russians, well, I guess we're going to have to arm the separatists some more so we can have a real full-fledged war in Ukraine without any of us having to pay a price. We'll just sell arms. That's all we'll do.
I mean, is this a positive sign that Russian billionaires are speaking to the international media, being concerned about their profits and their maneuverability in the financial worlds and also the economy for the Russians? I mean, they don't want a bad economy. No. I mean, is this really going to have an impact?
The president has got his hand on their pocket, and they know it, and they don't like it, and they're going to tell Putin, scale this thing down. That's why today he announced that the separatists were going to let the Dutch investigators in, that they were going to let the bodies be taken and treated appropriately and taken home to Amsterdam.
So you think the financial guys are going to tell Putin to back off?
Absolutely. Okay. There is no way that they're going to let him roar around and start another war.
All right. Congressman Jim McDermott, great to have you with us tonight, sir. Thanks so much. For more, let me bring in America's attorney and Ring of Fire radio host Mike Papantonio. Mike, your response to Senator Graham running his mouth.
Well, you're right. McDermott had a right on point. As you listen to all the war pimps criticize Obama and criticize Kerry over their approach to diplomacy, it reinforces the truth that if Obama weren't in control of American missiles, a Romney presidency and a Republican Senate majority by this time would have us at war with North Korea, Iran, Syria, possibly even China as you listen to them. And what they do is they tie the oil argument into it. For these last 6 years, there's continually been some version of conflict being tied into the oil industry